Here we are, it's November, and we've been receiving so much positive feedback about the work and the communities of practice, especially around the Math Fix and how you're sharing them with your students and the discussions you're seeing in your classrooms. So please keep that coming, but without any further ado, here is our latest Math Fix.
Today's Math Fix centers around k.cc.2, counting forward starting at any number other than 1, and k.NBT.1, composing and decomposing teen numbers. There's also a touch of k.cc.7, comparing numbers and sets to 10. But as you can see, this Math Fix pushes students to compare numbers and sets in the teens. Bottom line, this Math Fix is all about comparing numbers to sets and justifying how you know one is more than the other. In this task, students will use the picture, purposely shown as two groups of 5 equaling a group of 10, and 3 more, to help justify how 15 is more than the amount in the picture. If it's helpful, you can give students a reckon rec to model the picture, or you may also decide to use red and yellow counters. The meat of the task is not agreeing that Tanya has more. The meat is the justification, the verbal explanation of how you know this is true. First, pay attention to how kids count the counters. Marie has. Some will count the 1-to-1 correspondence and to get to 13, and some will see the first 5 and count on from there. Others, using their NBT 1 and CC 2 to the max, will see the first 10 and count from there. While it's not the meat of the task, there is tons of data worth collecting about how kids are counting and their conservation of number. Once they've counted, they know that Tanya has 15 and Marie has 13. They already knew the expectation that is Tanya has more. After counting Marie's 13, they likely agree that Tanya has more. Again, that is not the point. The point of the Math Fix is to be able to articulate how we know this is true. Kids will say that Tanya has 15 and Marie has 13, so Tanya has more. This isn't a strong enough justification for how they know. Push for more. Try a question like, but how do you know 15 is more than 13? To close out, let's go over the justifications that build from emerging to strong. The students that simply states 15 is more than 13 without additional context is emerging at best. Some kids using a baseline understanding of comparing 1-to-1 correspondence might say something like, Tanya's 15 is more than Marie's 13 because I drew them side by side and see that Tanya has more. Some students even draw lines to match 1-to-1 in the instance like this. Students who are fully able to use their NBT1 will go even further and be able to say that they know Tanya has more because they both have 10 and Tanya has 5 more, and Marie only has 3 more, and 5 is more than 3.
Well, that's November's Math Fix. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being involved in all of our Math Fix this year. Keep that feedback coming, and we'll see you again in January.